We got these, and we got those. None in these. I think that's pretty much gonna be it. So, new day in the shop. We got Griz here. Still waiting on push rods, so can't really do much more on the motor until the push rods show up. I just got the intake ports stuffed full of rags, and we'll wait for those. Hopefully they'll show up soon. Meanwhile, guys are over here fixing Tyson's bike. Had a little bit of a flat on the way in, so you're hard on equipment, Tyson.
Your road was hard on this equipment.
Oh, hey, that road's terrible. It'll ruin I think that would ruin a trophy truck out there. So
thanks to the local cities for such an amazing road.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This city is the best road by far in the state.
Yeah.
So now we got this.
Yeah, comment. Tell us how terrible your roads are too. So, because ours are atrocious.
Just don't like
Yeah.
that.
Do you have a small one? I don't even know where they're at.
They're almost in here.
Got it.
Hey, it holds air.
I don't hear no hissing.
Yeah.
There's no hissing yet, boys.
Cool. I guess
That's
the
'cause
second
Stacy
time.
was here to manage it.
Yeah.
Good job,
Just be careful. It tends to lock on.
Okay. Well, while I finish that up, I'll show you what's on the docket for today. We got these, and we got those. None in these, and they'll probably go right here. Something like that down inside. The shocks, still haven't dreamed up how we're gonna mount those yet, so.
I keep looking at it, not really sure.
Yeah, so we'll probably just have to make the ears on the housing and get the bottom mounted where it needs to go, and then we'll.
Are you gonna want them on the inside or the outside of the spring?
I think
In front or back?
on the back.
On the back, okay.
I don't think there's enough room on the front, so we'll probably put them on the back. I think we'll put them out here.
Oh, out, okay.
We'll have to play with it a little bit, so we'll build some ears and build some tabs and make that happen. Maybe draw a quick pattern on those tabs and
Get those cut out.
get those cut out. Get that. While you're doing that, I'll get some accessories mounted on the front of the motor. See how those accessories are all going to work out.
Are they new? New accessories or are they just the factory stuff?
Just the Ford stuff for the most part. I've got a Holly bracket for the alternator that allows me to use a GM alternator. So,
Oh, okay.
yep.
He ordered a big surprise too.
Yeah, we're waiting on that one.
That's gonna be.
Yeah. In the meantime, we're still waiting on push rods, so we'll talk about the other one later. So, I guess. Really?
Hey, it actually held air.
I got it, my guys.
Personal achievement moment.
About got it.
Not a motorcycle shop around here, so I'm unsafe. I didn't even speed on two wheels, so.
So we're gonna drill a hole right there, that big.
That big.
That big. 2 3/4.
I got a 2 3/4 hole saw in there.
Cool.
What are you making though?
We're making triangles.
Triangles.
Stacy. This, you should have learned this in elementary school.
Yeah,
They're just triangles.
kind of.
Ish.
They're braces, just some, what's the word? Gusset, thank you. Some gussets for the, dude. Bump stops. Wow. That's gonna be a long day. Yeah, my brain's not working. For the bump stops.
Perfect.
All right, I've been tinkering on the front of this, trying to get all the accessories figured out and uncover all the problems that I'm gonna have to work around. The Holly bracket works good. That's just a GM alternator. And we got this lower radiator hose that came with the motor, and it looks like it'll work. I'll just need to get a longer section right here to clear everything. Power steering pump clears the box good. AC compressor has days of room. The starter, I'm hoping this works. This is a starter from a 5.4 and it bolts in and clears good. As long as it engages the flex plate, we'll be good. Dipstick tube for the 4L80, it'll need some bending as you can see. I think that's it for there. On the back, Dusty and Tyson have been back here working away. They got the bump stops in, and now we're trying to figure out how to mount these rear shocks. We can probably bring that up. Probably like that.
How do you like left to right? So top,
see.
so up and down. I guess we'll do top and up and down first.
How about you just grab the welder?
Okay, I can do that.
I think we got that shaft protected well enough.
Do I need to grind the inside so we can tip it in, or do you think that was where we're good?
Well, we'll get it tacked,
Okay.
and then see what it looks like. That's probably about all we're gonna get. Yeah, go ahead and tack the top there. And
Oh, I don't have.
Ow!
What happened?
He shocked me.
Did I really?
Yeah.
oh, you don't have a ground. Tyson was your ground there. You didn't do a very good job, Tyson. Huh?
I like shocking him. He used to shock me all the time.
It's never a good idea to shock the electrician.
You were an apprentice. We had to learn.
Yeah.
Okay. One more side. There we go. Can we do both sides?
Yeah. Let's see how everything goes.
Okay.
That should stay.
Yeah.
Alright. Actually, it looks pretty good on the tube. That'll weld good.
Yeah, actually, they should weld just fine. Huh?
Yep, I think that works. I think that'll be...
So we built like a tower here? Or?
Yeah, we could probably build something off of here, like an arched piece here, and then have it tie down to the frame there, so...
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think it'll be fairly fancy looking, and we could even tie this into it as well if we wanted.
Kind of just make it all kind of one.
Yeah, just kind of make it all flow, huh?
I like it. Okay.
Very good. And then see if you can duplicate that on the other side. This was the easy side.
So we gotta. Oh, so you want us to do it again? Is what you're saying?
Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yep. And then over here, Caden's over here doing his usual thing.
Yep. Don't think anybody sees me doing anymore.
Probably grab you a little blower, and if you take and lightly blow that while you're sanding, then we could even use you'll want to grab a dust mask though,
Okay.
because you're going to be blowing all that dust and you're not going to want to be breathing it. If you just take that little fan on low speed, it'll blow that dust away and it'll block a lot faster.
Yeah.
Because you're getting that build up between the block and your panel, rolling dirt around.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but yeah, you need to wear a dust mask to do that. So, and that's not OSHA approved, in case you're wondering. So.
Can you tell me like the benefit of this being here compared to there? And why do some trucks have one in the back and then one in the front? Like on the opposite side.
Yeah, they do that for wheel hop. So axle tramp. So if you do one on one side, because shocks are on stock trucks are usually stiffer up rebound. So when one side's moving one way, it's acting shock, making the shocks work in different directions, and it slows that wheel hop down and stuff. But on this one, I'd like to keep them fairly vertical.
Which I think we could pert near go to there.
Yeah, I don't know if we can go quite there.
Okay. You think
because
the spring might move
the spring
around?
may contact it, and then also as this rear end housing drops down, it's going to pull that forward in the bottom.
Okay, so we do want to do a little bit.
Yeah,
So
so
that's where you come up with that angle.
roughly. Yeah, so we could probably go somewhere in there. I think it's still be
You
okay.
got a tape measure? Just measure maybe between here and here, and we'll just
Yep.
probably, I don't know, 4 inches, 5.5 inches.
Do we
Center
want
to
drop this
center,
down?
probably go 7.
Do we want to drop it down and test it, or are we confident?
I'm not confident now, but we do need to. I guess we could drop it down all the way and then see what it looks like. I am sure of nothing.
What do you
Pull that out.
Okay. Drop it down. I thought you said hold that.
Oh, sorry. I could have. Who knows?
Yeah, so if that stays pretty much in line with that, and about 6 inches, that should work.
See? What you learn every day? Will hop.
Will hop. Yep. It's a thing.
That's the thing. Anybody that owns a Dodge knows what wheel hop's all about.
I don't know. Doesn't get spinning that bad.
In the sand, you only have to spin them just a little bit. It'll start.
He's got cardboard, guys.
Yeah.
Need some CAD.
Yep. I'm gonna make a mark about 6.5. Okay.
That's what you see.
Let's do that as a quick dirty deal.
Mocked up.
Mocked up. I think this is what that bracket's going to look like. This is the 3rd revision, but I think that's pretty much going to be it. So it's been a bench racing kind of day. So we've been leaning on our elbows on the cart, telling lies all day long. Yeah. Oh yeah, you.
No, you!
Yeah, he is kind of. But I think he got mostly dirty doing the tube on your bike twice. Yeah.
2 and out. I'm out.
Yep.
Dusty did some stuff.
Yeah, Dusty and Tyson did do some stuff. And we got this in, and then they built these little gussets right here.
Oh yeah, I saw them cut the pyramid, the triangles.
Yeah.
Those are their triangles.
Yeah.
Hey, your little triangles.
Yep. So that does 2 things. It stabilizes this, and then it keeps the spring centered. So they got the tabs on the housing there. They're all welded solid. And now,
Ooh. That's what Tyson was cutting earlier.
yes. Yep, and then the brackets also for the radius arms. These guys.
You really did just stand around looking pretty today, huh?
Well, I don't look pretty ever, so.
So minus the looking pretty?
No, I got some stuff done on the front of the motor, so. Yeah, I
He
used.
designed all these brackets that we were cutting out.
Yeah, so I CAD boarded all of these.
I'm just giving him a hard time. I know he does a lot.
I know.
And I love him.
Yep. No, truthfully, I didn't do all that much today, so. We've just been having fun, as much fun as we possibly could, so.
Friends showed up. Things have been happening. It's been perfect.
Yeah.
I know you did some stuff on the motor.
Yeah, we got a few things figured out on that, so. But this is the other thing that I got figured out, was this. For you diesel guys, you probably know what this is, but this is a 6973 clutch fan.
Out of a Dodge?
No, out of a Ford. Yeah.
Out of a Ram?
Yep. So that's what's gonna go on here. But I got a little adapter piece that I gotta make, or modify, if I can find it.
Off that water pump, huh?
Yeah, where did I put that? Oh, check here.
You lose everything.
I do.
You don't have to say it right to his face. Jeez.
It's true.
I love
Yeah.
him.
Yep.
He hasn't misplaced you yet.
That'd be kind of hard. See, so I give it and they dish it too.
That came out of your mouth. That was supposed to be my inside voice.
I did I say that out loud?
Push the mute button.
Dusty and I really do love each other.
Yeah. Mostly. Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to talk to each other this way.
There'd be like guns and knives and
exactly.
stuff. Yeah. So this is the little adapter. So this is 40 millimeter, and that's 30 millimeter. There is nothing 40 millimeter left-hand thread that I've been able to find. So, so we had to go to this. So I'll just machine it to fit on there, and it'll bolt on with those bolts, and then that will thread onto that.
And then you don't have to worry about the electronic.
Yep, I don't have to deal with the electric clutch fan because there is no way for me to run that. That's a Ford computer only deal, so perfect.
Then we
Yeah.
can modify it to wherever it looks.
Yeah,
I
we
was
could
thinking
probably.
2 inches, I was thinking, so if we wanted to kind of bend it over
Yeah, we could probably just put a bend and then have it tie into the back of the cap there.
and then cap it.
Yep. Yeah, and then we'll have to figure out if we want to do something here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we just want to triangulate that a little bit. That's hanging out.
Can we
there
do
a lot.
right here?
Yeah.
Come off of this.
Probably. Yeah, we'll get that piece made and then
fill
see
it
what
out.
we need to do.
And look, Tyson's sweet daughter brought treats. Where are these from? Oh, yummers. Is this your favorite place?
I don't know. I don't even know. Should we try it?
Peanut butter bars. Chad would go nuts for that. Oreo stuff.
Well,
See,
you better
these are-
hurry. Your boy's taking that.
They haven't eaten the stuff they know their dad loves. Those two things, Oreos and peanut butter.
I've got the Oreo one.
What was this one? An Oreo one? Oh.
Yep.
Do you take your wife dancing too?
I didn't say anything about that.
Ended up just cutting that fan hub piece apart that I showed you earlier. I decided, looking at all of this, the way it's all built, just easier to cut this part off, use the threaded part that you can see right here, and I just welded a bunch of other stuff to it. So there's a piece of thick wall 1.25" tube in here, and then a piece of 1/4" plate. It's all welded together, and I didn't video it because I didn't have enough hands to hold the camera and weld and everything else. Dusty and Tyson and Caden all had stuff to do, and they headed home. So just out here trying to get some of these odds and ends finished up so I can move forward on some other stuff. I'm gonna take and machine all this up real quick, and then I'll drill the 4 holes in it and see if we can get it bolted to that water pump, and hopefully have this piece behind me. Got this piece all made. Turned out pretty good. It's not perfect, but for what it's gonna do, it's gonna be just fine. So slides over this perfectly. Just a tiny bit of slop, so it makes it easy to get on and off. Should run true. Fan should bolt right up to it. But the last thing I need to do is mark the 4 holes here. And in order to do that, with the available technology that I have, I just took a small bolt and just sharpened it. I'm going to thread that in through the back like so, and then I can put this on here, give her a whack with the mallet. To make this easier to see, I'm going to spray some blue marking compound on the back of it, make it a lot easier to see where the marks are. Well, I have 3 of the 4 bolts drilled, and it's working out pretty good. This is just a 1 size bigger than a 5/16 bit. So you can see the bolts fit perfectly in it, and all 3 thread right into the water pump. And then this 4th one, you can still see I have my sharpened 8mm bolt there. And I just take my mallet and give her a few good whacks. Pull this back off. And you can see the mark right there. Just use this. Couple of Good center punches in it. Go over to the drill press, lock her down. Let's see, I'll slide that over like that. I really like these drill bits. And let's see if this fourth one lines up as good as the other three did. That's good. That's good. That's good. And well, look at that. 4 for 4. And if you're wondering how I sharpened up that bolt and kept it centered, I'll show you. Just simply a matter of putting it in the drill, making sure it's square in the drill, and just go over to the bench grinder. Makes that point quite centered and makes marking them this way super accurate. As you can see, it worked out really well. Okay, I'll take and deburr this, put some paint on it, and it's ready to go to work. Time to do something with the exhaust manifolds. I'm not gonna put headers on this. I don't wanna build them, don't wanna deal with them. Yeah, but the factory exhaust manifolds, they're kind of pathetic. So you can see how small this is. It's not much bigger than the individual runner, so way tiny. So you can see I already did this passenger side one just as a proof of concept. Worked out pretty good overall. You see how much bigger it is through here. This is a piece of 3-inch Schedule 10 stainless tube, or stainless pipe I should say. You can see it's fairly thick wall. It should take the heat and hold up pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one apart. This one I'll have to also cut this port out. You can see it dumps straight into the collector there. That's not gonna happen. This one you can see kind of angles and dumps into the main log there. But on this one, I'll just take this, elbow here, weld into it. So that'll get that exhaust to turn into the log and hopefully be fairly efficient. Yes, I know I'm going to be losing a little bit of horsepower over headers, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. The motor will have plenty of power for what I'm going to use it for. This should give me quite a bit more exhaust flow capability. Not quite headers, but the juice just isn't worth the squeeze sometimes. So got this all cut apart. Now you can see kind of how pathetic these manifolds really are. I mean, wow. There is not much there at all. This is 1.5 inches on the inside and probably 1 3/4 inches on the outside. So you can see this isn't very wide and it certainly isn't very tall, so there's not hardly any cross section at all through this log area where all 4 of these cylinders come in. Even the primary port size isn't all that big. Again, this is 1.5 inches, and you can see it's about the same size. Like I said, I'll give up a little bit of horsepower, but just to have the reliability of having manifolds and not having to deal with headers. I think I'll stick this in the press, flatten it out just a little bit so it matches the shape of that a little better. And I'll start to cut the piece of pipe for this log area. Give that a little bit of a squish so it's a little bit closer to the shape of that port. But now I need to trim this up so that this bend right here isn't hanging all the way down so far. So I think if I put it up into here, that'll help direct that exhaust flow and not totally block that log off. Back in the shop, got Griz back in here, so see what we can get wrapped up today, or see what messes we can make. I don't know. We're gonna have some fun is what we're gonna try and do. Got the fan put on. Push rods finally showed up, so hopefully I can get those put in. And back here, Tyson and Dusty been working on the shocks. We got the tabs built and they're tacked in place. We're still doing kind of a visual conception on how that's gonna look, so hopefully it'll all work. But that's roughly where we're gonna be. Got the lower parts in, and this side, got that tacked in. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, we're getting a lot of this stuff wrapped up. Knocking off our stuff off our punch list. So yeah, we're hoping to get a lot of these odds and ends wrapped up, get the links welded, the shocks put in.
Basically have the rear suspension done maybe today.
Yeah, that would be good.
Bag mounts.
Yeah, and we could maybe start on the bag mounts. Actually, we may want to work on the front, get the radius arms so we can get everything at that point. Get a couple other things wrapped up before we get too deep into the bag mounts, so because the ride height may adjust just a little bit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Still got the radius arms to do. We got to replace that heim right there with a big urethane joint so the radius arms don't bind up so bad. Still got to weld all of this stuff together. Make a new drag link and a new tie rod. Those were just mock-up pieces. Finish welding the track bar. That's just all tacked together. Lots of little things we still need to do.
So basically stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna take everything from mock-up to final iteration, so it's ready to be used.
Look at it, Tice.
Yeah, Dusty's done a phenomenal job.
I think it's gonna hold up well. Dusty, did you not build that?
Dusty built that.
Wow.
She's really been doing pretty much everything today.
You're just looking pretty?
Yeah, I just stand here and look pretty.
Other side?
Yeah. Yep. Working on the other side.
I don't know.
And what?
How do you make it work?
Oh.
You gotta push it and you gotta do both at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Thought he was gonna lose his head.
Yeah, no, he thought I shot him. To be.
So it's fully encased and then you, ooh, that's hot.
Your girly hands.
Yeah, I should just put my gloves on.
Dusty, I think that side's ready to weld.
That looks
Maybe cut
good.
this.
And then
Yeah, I
that,
think that just needs to be
yeah, you get
shrunk a little bit. That,
I was thinking of shrinking it.
yeah, and then maybe
Bigger.
yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, I think it's fairly close to.
Is it shrinking as different on that piece than it is for Caden to shrink metal?
Well, this we put in a metal shrinker.
Yeah.
It just takes it and compacts it down.
Really?
Shrinks it.
What's that? What's a metal shrinker? Do we have that?
We do. We don't show it on camera because we're trying to get a hat on.
We just cut a piece off and I think, what am I missing here? You keep such a straight face. What a smarty pants.
Shrinker.
That's your metal shrinker?
Wrong side. That's like as far as it'll go.
Yeah, it's hitting the, we need to get the offset heims on the tie rod. Because the tie rod's hitting the.
Oh, yeah, okay. Are these both considered radius arm? Is a radius arm
Just the whole assembly.
the whole assembly is a radius arm? Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't hit the frame, it's not even close.
Just the arms?
Just the arms.
Just barely.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
I'll take a lug off. Yeah. I think you couldn't lug, but
Yeah.
decent turning,
That's
though.
full.
That's full lock.
Like,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Still, that's a pretty good turning radius right there.
Yeah.
Does it go the whole full other way too?
Yeah, it should.
Yeah, there's steering in this thing.
It actually turns pretty decent considering.
Yeah, it doesn't mount.
Tyson pushing it.
Massive arms.
With Tyson pushing it, or yeah, your mass and arms.
Turn.
So that's like full.
That's not hitting anything. Not at all.
Not even close to hitting the. They're hitting the same thing.
We're hitting the diff, it looks like.
Oh,
It's right there, that.
oh yeah, it's hitting the diff cover, huh?
No, this.
Oh, this is hitting the frame. Barely. At the bottom of the...
Oh yeah, that is. But I think it's the tie rod that's actually stopping the...
It's hitting the cover, that's
hard. Yeah, look, it's like bending the crap out of the tie rods.
Yeah, so that's what's.
Well, I need to change the end on that. So that's not what it's gonna have, so. Yep. Yep. Oh.
Still Caden, can't walk by something without...
spinning.
I could have.
You can't prove it.
Yeah, but if you can take it.
That's still pretty good turning radius, it looks like.
Yeah, the tire's gonna rub the radius arm, and I knew that was gonna be an issue, so really not anything we can do about it, so.
So is that tie rod gonna bend when it hits that all the time? Like when you're up against a rock or something?
If we left it, yeah. So we're gonna change this differential cover. I've got a cover that doesn't stick out quite so far. And then I've got some Heim joints that are offset that move the tie rod away from the cover, so.
So it's not done?
No, it's not done. That'll all get changed here shortly, so we gotta replace all of this and replace all of this, because this hits the frame. We're gonna change that with a Heim. And it's smaller in that area because it'd just be the bolt head, so.
Does anybody else have questions?
What is the meaning of life? Moves in the woods.
Does Griz shit in the woods?
Yeah.
Is he approving it for you to weld all the way?
Yeah. Do you need, like, what do you need? Tape measure?
Yeah, me measuring tape.
Yeah, that's the only thing I didn't check actually. Was that gap consistent from the front of the game plan?
Yeah, looks good.
We got one.
One stamp of approval?
One stamp of approval. That's all we live for. Stamp of approval.
The shock mounts turned out really nice. Got them triangulated in there pretty good. Looks all nice and finished. Both sides. Then those bigger brackets for the radius arms are in. We'll cap those later, but for now it should work. And as you can see, the clearance on the frame's a little tight, so we'll clearance the frame a little bit. We'll probably cut the bottom part of the original frame off. This piece of tube goes into here somewhere. Okay, we got a lot of the big stuff crossed off the list on the outside of the truck, so now we're going to turn our attention towards the interior, get the brake master cylinder or the brake booster in and odds and ends like that, make sure everything's going to fit and clear and work. Tyson's pulling the glove box out so we can get the heater box out. Look how nice that liner is. I can't even believe the mice didn't totally destroy it.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to get that out so we can get to the bolts that hold the heater box in.
This Glines guy was in here at one time.
Oh, really?
Never met him. It was
Who that?
oh, yeah, Kendall put the sticker there.
I wonder who the knucklehead was that put that there, huh? Huh.
Who's friends with that guy?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Nice. And we can get the clutch pedal out too, I guess. since we're not going to need that where we're going. And you can see what we did for the brake booster. We had to open up that hole. This is the original push rod for the truck, so we cut that off, and now we're going to weld it to there. And then this will give us some adjustment and give us exactly what we need. And then we can get that bolted in, and oh yeah, you can see the plate we made to bolt this to the firewall. Super easy. Oh hey, what are you doing, Caden? Is that heavy? No. Really?
No, it's just
okay, you just seemed...
For 5 minutes.
Yeah, you seem kind of anxious for me to move.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's been carrying it around for months.
Carrying it for months. Yeah, he's moved it in and out of the shop like 75 times probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's time for it to get painted and bolted on for good. So
close now.
yeah, it is. Got that all welded. So we just welded the two pieces together, and then we put a sleeve over the top of it and re-weld that. And so that's definitely not going to break. It's not going to flex and break on us or anything like that. So perfectly safe. I've been doing them this way for a long time, and I've yet to have one do anything questionable. Probably stronger than it was originally. Really, the weak link is right there. So go ahead and get that bolted in, and I'll probably just put the two top nuts in, and I might end up having to pull it back off to pull the valve cover off. So I still got to do those push rods. So. And we were able to try out this starter, and we used this 5.4 Triton style starter, and it seems to work. The 7.3 style starter wouldn't clear the bell housing, so but they both had the same bolt pattern, and we just put it in and hooked a jumper pack to it, and it seems to work just fine. So anybody that's doing this in the future, if you're adapting to a Chevy bell housing, then that's your starter. Finally got this all fitted up, got it tacked in a couple of places. So yeah, looks like the fit's pretty good. A little bit of a gap there, but that should be okay, and just a little bit of a gap right there, but overall I'm pretty happy with it. So got her all welded up. Turned out okay. Now I just need to cut this to length, so I'm going to start about right here, and then I've got a 45 to go on the end of it to point the exhaust down a little bit. I've already got the passenger side manifold in place. You can see I've got the elbow welded onto this one. Got a V-band welded on there, so that kind of points the exhaust down, gets it away from the bell housing and the adapter there. Trying to keep it as far away from the firewall as possible. It's still kind of close, so I'll make a heat shield to go right there. And then on this side, it's set even closer to the firewall. I'll need to shorten that up as much as I can, so I'm going to cut this. It's probably an inch too long still, but I'll cut it, get it set in there, see what it looks like, and I can always trim it shorter. Then I can get that 45 welded on the end of it and a V-band on the end of that, and we'll be ready to start building the rest of the exhaust system. Okay, got the elbow welded on and the V-band clamp welded on as well, so still super hot. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I TIG stainless just often enough to forget how to do it, so I have to retrain myself every time I do it, and by the time I get a job wrapped up, I start to get back in a rhythm again, so it's still okay. But I'll get this bolted on, and this part of the project will be done. Well, that takes care of it for today. Till next time, remember to always look for things to be grateful for. Thanks for watching.